Part 2. Azure Moon. Guardian Moon. The Delusional Prince. Prince Dmitry and the remnants of the royal army join with the remaining Knights of Seros to form a revitalized kingdom army. Using Garreg Mach as their base of operations, they rise to action against the Empire.
Really? That's it? That was short. Each unit has grown over the past, you should check their classes and weapons. Okay, so some people have changed. We still have teaching. We still have birthdays.
So you were alive after all.
Yep, Sedith hasn't changed at all in 5 years, I kind of guess, and I'm guessing Flane hasn't either. Yeah.
Professor, it is so good to see you again.
Flane looks totally identical.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I feel like she and Sedith are part dragon. They have to be. But yeah, Flame not changing at all in 5 years, I guess, yeah, that does make some people iffy about shipping her with people. I had a feeling that would happen, honestly. Like, I was thinking, oh yeah, Flame's probably not going to change in 5 years, is she? But anyway.
Oh, thank the goddess. I couldn't bear the thought of letting Jeralt down by not finding you.
This is kind of heartwarming, but you haven't changed at all either.
Guess you lucked out.
You haven't either, wow.
We've been looking everywhere for you. But I see Lady Rhea isn't with you. Damn.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a giant dragon on our side.
Everyone was real worried about you, Professor.
Yeah, I had a feeling Cyril would be older and definitely cool looking now. So he seems to canonically be more of an archer type character? I guess that makes sense since Shamir trained him.
Gilbert has told us everything. From here on, our strength is yours as well.
Does my heart well to see that all of you are safe. Now that we have all gathered, let's discuss our next course of action.
So, Dmitry has become an insane edgelord, and we should probably just knock him out, lock him up in the monastery, and just continue this war without him.
We have two objectives. To overthrow the Empire and to rescue Rhea.
I'm pretty sure Rhea doesn't need rescuing, but oh well.
I have no objection to joining forces with you. After all, our interests are aligned.
Nothing could be more reassuring than securing the cooperation of the Knights of Seros.
So yeah, from what I hear, you do not get the Knights of Seros on the on Edelgard's route.
The Archbishop entrusted all of her affairs to you. From now on, I shall comply with your wishes.
We'll make Garreg Mach our base, and prepare to make our stand against the Empire. There is a fair amount of damage, but we will at least have shelter from the wind and rain.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring this place and seeing what's changed.
Surely those Imperial jerks have this place staked out, right? It's a highly strategic location.
While it may be a strategic location, it's too far from the front lines to be worthy of notice at the moment. This area is inconvenient as far as transport time is concerned, so it's of little importance to their war effort.
Okay, so we're mostly safe here, for now.
Even so, nothing slips past the Emperor. It is safe to assume she at least has this place under surveillance.
We have to be careful, or she might send her specimens after us.
Professor, what do you think about making this place our base?
Well, it's, yeah, this reminds me of Age of Empires, but no. Yeah, well, you know, old habits die hard, I guess.
Fortunately, there are still villages and hamlets nearby, and though I wouldn't call them abundant, we have war funds as well. What do you think, Your Highness?
Do as you please.
I don't care where we go. I would sleep in a cave for all I care, because I'm edgy and dark.
Hey, don't act like this doesn't concern you. We finally reunited after all this time. We've got to work together.
So, I just suddenly thought of something. So I said that right at the beginning of the game that I was looking forward to seeing Dmitry go from idealist to having his idealism shattered. Right now, I'm kind of looking forward to the opposite happening. I'm just hoping that it's gonna be, like, he starts out, like, it's like a bell curve, but like a reverse bell curve. He starts out, like, really high, and then he just dips down into the abyss of ultimate darkness and angst, and then hopefully the Blue Lions people, because them beside him seem fine, hopefully they bring him back out of that by the end of this.
She's right. In fact, why don't we all join forces and clean this place up a bit?
Because, like, he's reminding me a lot of, like, a Shakespearean tragic hero right now. And if this really was a Shakespearean tragedy, he would probably finally kill Edelgard and then either die or kill himself afterwards. I'm really hoping it doesn't end like that.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it'll give us time to reminisce about all the good old days at the Academy. I can't wait.
Yes, those good old days before Dmitry was Mr. Bob Bummer here.
How carefree of you.
You're enjoying your day, everything's going your way, and then along comes Dmitry Downer. That's his name now.
It may sound trivial, but, well, I think it's a good idea.
I understand feeling impatient, Your Highness, but patience is key at a time like this.
Patience is for the weak and the happy. I hate happy people so much.
If we fix up our base, it will improve morale, which will be sorely needed as
Look,
we...
I need to stop doing that because I'm hurting my throat by doing the edgelord voice.
Fools. Stay out of this.
Please, calm yourself, Your Highness. We are not your enemies.
My enemies say the same.
What happened to him? It's like he's a completely different person.
I feel so bad for him. Would it help if I brewed him a nice pot of tea?
No, he'd probably smash the teapot and then smear the tea all over his face and pretend it's blood.
I cannot claim to understand how he feels. However, the way he's behaving, it's as though he's being haunted by some unseen force.
Like, you know, the tragedy of... Like, unless someone, like, during the tragedy of Dusker, one of those who slid in the dark did curse him or something.
As am I.
But you know who I'm really worried about? Hilda. Where is she? 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 Mercedes would like to speak with you. Okay.
Do you have a moment, Professor? I need to speak with you.
Yeah, are you like an actual priest now?
Thank you so much. This is what I wanted to address. This letter from my adoptive father just arrived.
Please tell me it doesn't say, "My dearest daughter, I have been murdered by Mrs. Seductive. Please avenge me."
Oh, have I not mentioned him? He's the reason I first came to the Officers' Academy. He's also the one who dragged me from the church where I was living, just so he could use my crest.
Oh.
My crest does not yet belong to a house, so he plans to use it as leverage to marry into the nobility. He's a very greedy man who was a roving merchant before adopting me, but now he's in the capital. This letter says that he's finally arranged to marry me off to a wealthy noble. I know he's just thinking of himself, but can't he see that this isn't a priority when we're at war? I suppose it's possible. He may be worried about carrying on his bloodline, but...
Didn't you say adoptive father? Well, he's not carrying on a bloodline through you then.
I don't know what to do about this proposal.
Well, Sylvain's a wealthy noble.
I can't see any way around it, so I fear that I must. I just don't want to let go of the life that I've made for myself. I know it's not what my heart wants, but I don't have the strength to say no.
You do.
I believe I've mentioned this before, but I want to work in service of the church. Well, I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be the church, but I want to help those in need. If I were to marry a noble, I think it would be difficult to realize that dream.
Huh, maybe Sylvain's not the best choice for you then.
It's just... I've always allowed myself to follow the whims of those above me. I convinced myself that everything in life was at the will of the goddess. I was blind to reality. I believed it was her will to both pull me from the church and guide me to the Officers' Academy. The decision to enter this war was the first time I acted of my own free will. My adoptive father opposed this decision, but I somehow managed to convince him. Still, I couldn't free myself of him completely. This letter is proof of that. It's not that I'm scared of him, but there is something that worries me. Ah, I knew you'd understand, Professor. I've sat down to write a reply several times, but I can't muster up the courage or the words.
How about, Dear Adoptive Father, screw you. Sincerely, Mercedes.
I was hoping you could provide me with the encouragement I need. That's a very good point. We're only given one life, so we must do all we can to pursue our happiness.
Well, Ash has already died once and been brought back by Byleth, so actually, no.
Okay. I think that may have been just the push I was looking for. I'll tell him the truth. That I found a life worth pursuing, and I must decline the proposal. Maybe I should tell him I've fallen for someone else.
Like Sylvain?
Why, it's you, Professor. Isn't that obvious?
I was worried about this with A supports. Please tell me you're joking.
I'm just teasing.
Okay.
Now I'm off to write this letter and stand my ground. Thank you for your encouragement.
And I get the feeling that a lot of A supports are going to seem romantic, and that's going to be a little awkward since I've unlocked several with Byleth by now, but it's still whoever you choose to S support who's the one that's explicitly romantic, so, well, except for Alois and Gilbert. Any group tasks? Oh, Annette. Why not Hilda?
Oh, hi, Professor. Do you remember what we talked about before? About doing my best to not do my best?
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Well, I've been pretty busy recently, and despite my best efforts, I've been trying way too hard.
Hasn't Hilda been there to help you with that?
I was busy all day yesterday with training and work. I just couldn't help myself. That's why I decided to take a day off today. It's just, now that I have a day off, I don't know what to do with myself. Please, you have to help me. What should I do?
Maybe go out in the town with Mercedes and Hilda? Hey, take Hilda's advice.
I tried that. I couldn't calm down enough to fall asleep.
I love how Byleth just mimes that by falling asleep himself. Wow, Sothis has really rubbed off on him.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm cut out for not doing my best. Oh, you're a professor. You must know some secret technique for deep relaxation, right?
Well, he does, but doing so is not worth it. It repairs the sword of the creator, but it means he can't do anything else the rest of the day. He prefers not to.
Please teach me. I'm begging you. I'm at my wit's end.
Well, tea always helps most people.
I'll try that right now.
Just as long as you aren't trying Lady Rhea's totally not drug herbs.
This candy is so sweet and delicious, and it goes so well with piping hot tea. Ooh, and speaking of the tea, your brewing skills are incredible.
Yeah, Byleth has a lot of practice.
I'd love to be able to make such nice tea, but...
You always explode it?
Oh, Professor, will you teach me how to brew tea like this? I'll do my best to learn, and then I'll make delicious tea for you as thanks.
Byleth wants to live, thank you.
Oh, sorry. Back to my old tricks, it seems. Oh, why is it so difficult to not do my best? I try and try to not try, but it just doesn't work. Professor, you're right. Doing nothing is just not my style. To be myself, I've got to do my best every day.
Just as long as you don't wear yourself out.
Okay. Then you really must teach me how to make such delicious tea.
I don't think Byleth's proficient in tea-making teaching, though.
You will, won't you? Please. Oh, and also, well, thank you. You've listened to me and helped me face my troubles.
Hilda has too.
Now I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Honestly, I wish we could go on drinking tea like this forever.
But I think that would be bad for you. Oh, and that just ends there? Okay. I'm just picturing some kind of ironic hell where someone is forced to drink tea forever. Oh, Ingrid's birthday. First post-Timeskip tea party. Rose petal?
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. How relaxing.
It's not a favorite, though.
Hmm? Yes, I agree. Hmm? Wow. Yes. Yes, I agree. Being here calms my nerves. Oh, but I'll leave if I'm in your way.
By the way, what have you and Ash been doing these past 5 years? Did you two get married in secret or something? Ah, just can't get that last question right.
Thank you for the treat. I had such a great time.
And... free day. Okay, so now I can finally look at the roster. Okay, here we go. Only 23 still, huh? Has anyone's, like, profiles been updated? Ah, here we go, yeah. Pursues Imperial troops. Okay, so, like, I almost wonder if he has some kind of vigilante name now. If he's, like, the Monstrous Boar or something. I don't know. I'll come up with something better. Okay, you are 22 now. Throws himself into battle against the dukedom. Alright, yeah, the other. Remembers the promise made 5 years and returns to Garrick Mock. Okay, so does that mean he was fighting against us? Huh. Ash? Okay, good. Ingrid is still up the top of your close allies list. Returns to his hometown. Steps down from his post when... oh, great. Returns to his home territory and throws himself into battle against the dukedom. Okay, then. Nothing else with you there. You are a bit older than the others here, though. Mercedes, yeah, she's a lot older. Joins the merchant business. I thought she was like a priest. Annette, her uncle, and that's all. And main theme reprise. Oh, okay. I'm not going to look any further because that would spoil things. Yeah, let's not do that. I want to wait and meet them in the monastery. Flane is, again, she doesn't look any different, and I kind of felt like that would be the case. Searches for Archbishop Rhea, okay. Setheth? Oh, Hilda appeared in your close allies. I don't want to look at that. Same for Setheth. No, let's not look at Hilda. Hanneman searches for Archbishop Rhea. Manuela, Gilbert, Alois, Catherine, Shamir, Cyril. Here we go. And I'm not going to look at his close allies list because that would spoil Hilda. Yeah, he looks pretty cool now. Oh, he's 22. Not like 22, just he's 20,2. Searches for Archbishop Rhea. Oh, nothing else. Okay. In terms of supports, we have access to quite a few supports now. Oh. You have to wait until after the war ends. Someone did actually spoil me on that, sadly. I think I'll explore for now. Well, the bell's still working. The Empire didn't smash that. And a whole bunch of new stuff. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Oh, some stuff is still here. Most importantly, the Empire did not kill any of the cats. Yes, the cats are safe. And that's all that matters. Okay, that has scaffolding now. Oh, we can climb here. Could we do this before? Don't know if we could actually go here before. Sauna. Huh. That's weird. Okay then. That sounds very fan-servicey. There's a dog there. The dog is okay. Online liaison is still there. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to the guy, the gatekeeper? I mean, I suppose the Black Eagles class didn't entirely side with the Edelgard, because I was like, what the hell is that banner doing there? Black Eagles classroom. Dmitry has not graffitied like traitor in blood all over the walls yet. We probably have to keep him away from that. Oh, hi, Ingrid.
These past 5 years, many kingdom houses have become vassals of the Empire. The major houses of Fraldarius, Gautier, Karen, and my own family Galatea remain loyal.
Karen is where, Catherine's from, isn't it?
But the lords of the minor domains in the west have almost entirely defected. After all the royal family has done for them, they respond with betrayal. And to think they have the gall to call themselves nobles. But we still have His Highness, and you, Professor. I'm sure we can take back the kingdom's lands.
I kind of doubt. Hey, what's advanced drills? Alright, I saw the tutorial for that. Yeah, you can have Byleth learn from anyone who has a higher rank than him, it looks like. Linhardt, okay.
The promise was made 5 years ago, but I must say I'm rather impressed by how many of us managed to make it. Personally, I only showed up because I hope to see you again, Professor.
Actually, I lied. It's because Reinhardt wouldn't stop bugging me about it. Then Lena agreed eventually, and we both decided to come here.
I've been with my family in the Empire until recently. I admit to feeling a little guilty betraying Her Majesty, but only a little. Now that we're all together again, I suppose the fighting will begin soon.
Okay, so there's Linhardt. Oh, if I keep going any further, there'll be a support conversation.
That reminds me. Garrig Mach is a mess. So is Dmitry, honestly.
Yep, that's true.
If not for you arriving, Professor, I'd be heading home about now. Though staying here is still more appealing than living with my big brother.
I was like, do you want to stay forever? Why? Oh, don't have anything I can give as a gift. Okay, well, now I can look at Hilda's, actually, no, I'll save it for until I've met Caspar and, the others.
Professor!
Speaking of meeting Caspar, hi there! Yeah, apparently his B was time-locked until now.
Hey, Professor, something's been bothering me.
He looks very Armor Knight-like now, which is not exactly what I would have expected. Also, as a certain dodgy fan translation of FE4 would say, nice mullet.
Remember that suspicious guy I chased after back when I was a student?
Oh, wow, this one is time-skip locked.
A knight scolded me for it, but at the time, I really thought I was doing the right thing. Now that I've had more experience on the battlefield, though...
I've been looking for you. There isn't much time, so I'll keep this brief. The knights encountered a band of brigands while out marching. It was hard fought, but we prevailed. Our soldiers are highly trained, but the enemy was formidable, and we weren't expecting combat. There were a number of casualties among our troops. There is something I wanted to bring to your attention. Do you recall the incident 5 years ago involving a suspicious individual in Garrig Mach?
Well, it just so happens the guy involved in that incident is standing right here.
These brigands all bore the same scorpion tattoo that we found on the arm of that man.
You know what? This subplot is one part of the main reason why I recruited Caspar. That and, you know, I wanted to keep him and Linhardt around.
Oh no.
I thought that might be of interest to you. Don't mention it. If you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my duties.
And Caspar's like, now if you'll excuse me, I need to get to face punching.
Heck of a coincidence, right? As soon as I mention that suspicious guy, this happens.
It's almost like we're in a work of fiction or something where nothing is a coincidence.
But some of the knights died in combat. They died because of what I did 5 years ago. This is my fault.
I wouldn't say that exactly.
If I'd stayed quiet and tracked the guy down like you said, we would have stopped those brigands sooner. And I wouldn't have blood on my hands.
I wouldn't exactly say you have blood on your hands.
But he probably wouldn't have. Now those knights, they're not coming back. We both know it. This is all my fault.
No, it's not, Caspar. It's the bandits' fault. They're the ones who killed them. And on that happy note, we end that. Anyone else around the monastery who I need to talk to? Well, quite a lot of supports are popping up. I think I can safely look at the roster now, actually. So yeah, Cyril's... We've seen Cyril... So there's Hilda. Oh, Dorothea. We haven't seen Dorothea yet, so I don't want to spoil Dorothea. Returns with territory and indulges in laziness. Escapes the territory alone. Huh, okay. Wow, it's interesting, like, everyone here is blue. There's no one else from other houses. Which means no Marianne. I really did miss out on her.
Hey, Professor. It's been a while. It's really good to see you again. An awful lot has happened in these past 5 years. There were so many times I wished you were around. I'm glad you're back. Your skills are worth more than a whole army.
Pretty much. Although, he didn't exactly take down that many enemies in the last chapter. Dmitry was pretty much the one-man army. And that's the scary thing.
Speaking of which, I finally managed to meet up with everyone again, but they're all so gloomy.
Everyone's become edgelords.
Hey, Professor, care to join me for a cup of tea? We could invite the others and the soldiers.
I think Byleth has someone else he's planning on having tea with right now.
Doesn't it? Oh, there probably isn't time to bake any treats, though. Oh, I should invite Dmitry to come along as well, though I don't suppose he'll want to join in.
I'm morbidly curious to try inviting Dmitry to tea right now. I want to see what happens.
Professor! Hey, Professor! You won't believe what happened. I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garrick Mach fell, so I started drifting across the Kingdom and Alliance. Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
I think that's very, very different, if you're on Edelgard's side right now. Morale meals. Well, we certainly need morale. Dining with an ally. What does that mean? Like, everyone's an ally right now. Or are they? Eloise? Oh, right. We didn't have a B unlocked with Eloise at this point.
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing?
Win-win? I don't know. No, I saw you here and realized that you hadn't aged in 5 years. Are you half dragon?
Are you looking for help with something? Ah, no. Your eyes tell a different story. You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Jeralt. He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again.
We were grinding up our professor levels, you see.
I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble. Just like your father. You know all the tricks of the fisherman's trade.
I was about to say hammy fishermen never succeed, but Yu Narukami fished in the hammiest possible way in the Persona 4 anime and was very successful.
I was hopeless at it, but he was a master. In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim.
That's why his professor level was always so much higher than mine.
You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man.
So, remember that time in an alternate timeline where Jeralt got killed by Solon from a crit? Oh wait, you don't know because I rewound time.
Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip. He said he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life.
Oh.
Well, we'd both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off.
Violet right now is thinking, okay, good thing me and Hilda both have crests, so neither of us will outlive each other.
Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100. And he was telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Jeralt, if you don't mind.
Would you describe his death as pointless and stupid?
When Jeralt was away from the monastery, what was he like? In other words, he was exactly the same.
I feel like he'd say that regardless of what you answered.
When he was with the knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say. He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink. I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Jeralt was sitting alongside me.
Well, let's hope you don't turn into an edgelord. Nah, Eloise wouldn't turn into an edgelord.
Now that I think about it, His Highness was right. We probably don't have time to waste on cleaning. Maybe I wasn't taking the situation seriously enough. After all, the Imperial Army could be showing up at any time. I was just so happy to see you again. And everyone else too. Maybe I got carried away. Oh, really? That's so nice to hear.
Okay, looks like someone down here has a quest.
Do you have time for a request?
Fishing, catch the big one. A mysterious fish of... Yep, every single Japanese game that has fishing, except Pokemon, weirdly enough, has to have, like, some kind of guardian. Okay, I might not try that just yet, though. Well, we can see those seeds we planted 5 years ago. Yep, they're still fine. Still perfectly fine.
I'd given up on ever seeing you again. Where have you been hiding?
Down a pit?
Anyway, now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my promise. The promise I made to the captain, to keep you safe. I can't believe
I'll write that, yeah.
How cold. Hey!
Yep, he's here!
Oh. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again.
Oh, by the way, I also had an infusion of crest blood. That's why I didn't age in 5 years. I'm actually 7,000 years old.
I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago. But I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that. Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now, I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Oh, it'd be amazing if the Gatekeeper was, like, playable by DLC and you could have him fight the Death Knight. Okay. Well, yeah, all of that's apparently changed, but I'll check that later.
Got a favor to ask.
A piece of history. Search for, remnant, okay. Excavate an artifact, huh? Find something of historical significance. Dmitry's happiness? At this point? It's certainly a relic of the past.
Is Dedu really gone?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
There's so much more I wanted to say to him. He was always so tender with the flowers in the greenhouse. I wonder how they're doing.
Like, let me just quickly check something. No, Dedu isn't on my support list anymore. But maybe they're just avoiding interface spoilers.
I need a favor.
Okay. Yep, that's a battle quest.
Hey,
And I'm guessing that's also, yep, pirates, that's also a battle quest. Which will let us recruit some pirates. Okay, that'll lead to a support. And hi there,
During
random
the
knight.
Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace.
That scene from the trailers where all the house leaders fought against each other, we haven't seen that yet.
But now that hope has been dashed. Thanks thanks to the Emperor's actions. The Alliance is also divided on the subject of the Empire, so internal conflicts are a regular occurrence.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
How we can get advanced training from Flane.
During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
Unlike everywhere else right now.
Hi. Okay. I'm in the Alliance. The Lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Murden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron, is a completely ineffectual leader.
Acheron, okay, not Archaon. And, well, completely ineffectual leader is what a lot of people consider Archaon to be too. Yeah, kind of feels bad that we probably... Is that... Oh, it's with a dog. That's still nice. I was thinking he was, like, looking after a child or something. But, yeah, it's a little sad that we probably won't be saving the Alliance in this route. Hi, Shamir.
I'm more of a
You have an
mercenary
aged all.
than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around.
A lot of people like the fact that Violet's around. Oh. I was thinking that Dorothea would be here, but no, Dmitry and Felix, the two edgelords. Like, right. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. There is one note. That Catherine? We have to assume the worst has happened. I don't think Rhea needs rescuing, though. She's a giant, army-destroying dragon.
Hello. I have a request concerning that creature. I can hardly look at the thing in the state it's in. Do something about it. Please do. We tracked the boar for 5 years. I thought he was dead. In the state he's in, he might as well be. He's gotten better at killing people. And in exchange, surrendered what little humanity he had.
Well, Hawkeye got better in Endgame. Although it... Ah, don't want to say that, that's Endgame spoilers. Oh, well, we can't invite him to tea. Okay. Piece of a threshold crest, I guess.
Need something?
Well,
See
thankfully,
you again soon.
these things didn't get blown up with the Empire. Were they always bronze, or are they newly made bronze? Or did I make them bronze?
Need something?
Where are you? There you go.
Seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below.
Yeah, it's pretty much all knights here now.
However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Well, I get the feeling that even if Lady Rhea does return, things are still not going to be the same. Cyril. Oh, hey Cyril. Let's see how you're doing.
Time for a breather. Hey, Professor.
I've hit puberty!
Yep, noticed you have been too. Seems like it's been a real rough day for just about everybody, huh? I've been so busy I still haven't eaten. I hope there's still food left. How come you're carrying that around? Whatever, I'm hungry.
Yes, I've been carrying this meat around for 5 years. It was an obscure side quest reward from the pre-time skip. I'm sure it's fine and it's not going to give you food poisoning.
When you're hungry enough, just about anything tastes good.
Especially raw 5-year-old meat.
What a day. I need a nap, but I still gotta get the dining hall cleaned up. Professor, that's funny. You push yourself harder than anybody else. You make me look lazy. Besides, I don't even break a sweat doing this stuff. The day Lady Rhea comes home, I want her to see the monastery the way it was 5 years ago.
I wonder how Cyril's gonna react when he finds out she's a dragon.
That's why I do all this stuff. For her. And the harder I work, the better. Heck, I'd do more than I do now if there were hours in the day. But I can't go without sleep. Tried once.
Well, if the Dark Hour existed in this universe, you'd get 1 extra hour.
You must think I'm pretty weird, huh, Professor? I'm always on about Lady Rhea, and I'm not even from Fodlan. I bet most people around here think I'm kinda weird, but I'm real grateful for everything Lady Rhea's done for me.
I don't think Hilda thinks you're weird.
That's nice of you to say. Real nice. Thanks, Professor. It's good to know you like me. Helps me feel even more at home.
It's kind of a shame that he and Rhea can't even support, though.
I've heard people say that good folks have a heart of gold. Not real gold, I mean. Just they always care about everybody else. Even guys like me.
Yes, if it was real gold, then that would be weird.
Lady Rhea's incredible. But I figure you're just the same, Professor. Okay. I guess I gotta give in and get some sleep. I'll get up extra early to make up for it. Good night, Professor.
And then Cyril died of food poisoning. Yeah, it's kind of like, I was just thinking, I mean, it'd be weird if he and Rhea had a romantic paired ending, but I would be really interested to see them having a platonic paired ending. Like, him being, like, serving as her, like sworn protector or something. That'd be pretty cool. It's just kind of a shame that... But at least, you know, I'm thankful that she is the only, well, she and Sothis are the only bisexuals in the game. Oh, one of those two is probably Hilda, isn't it? Which ones do I have left on Byleth? Ash? I feel like that's a... Dmitry is too edgy to have friends right now. That's amazing. Oh, no, I've got Catherine and Shamir, and... It will take... What?! Oh, come on, game!
Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Really?! Ah!
Professor.
Oh, Ash, hi.
Oh, hey, Professor. Actually, I ran into that thief while I was shopping just now.
I killed him. I'm starting to become more like Dmitry. No, just kidding. Ash would never do that.
Maybe you don't remember. It's been quite a while. The man who stole the book from that market stall. I saw him on the street with his kid. They were both so grateful. It's a really nice feeling. Yeah, but... it did seem like they were still having trouble getting by. I guess what you said to me back then was right. My actions didn't really solve the problem. I can't help everyone, no matter how much I try. If I had the money or power, maybe. But I don't.
Just be kind of careful, Ash, because there was someone named Edelgard who thought if she had a lot of power, she could help the world, and look what happened to her.
You know, a long time ago, Leonardo said nearly the same thing to me. I think it was when I tried to look after the horses all on my own. I really messed that up.
I had a giant horseshoe mark across my face for the next 5 months.
He said, "You're not quite ready for this yet, but there's no need to rush."
Well, that's kind of fitting considering that he just died in that last chapter.
I know I can't help very many people right now, but I think doing what I can for those I see in front of me is still worthwhile. I have to believe that, at least. Thanks. That's reassuring to hear. What about you, Professor? Has anything been troubling you lately?
The fact that he can't deepen his bond with Hilda.
I'd be happy to help, as long as it's not looking after horses. You might not want to trust me with that.
Yeah, well, could you accidentally create a situation for Hilda and Byleth to just bump into each other or something?
I genuinely enjoy helping people. It's a great feeling making someone smile. So if there's anything I can do for you, I want to do it, because I care about you. You think so? It's just what anyone would do, really. So what'll it be? How can I help?
Will you help me cook?
Happy to, if that's what you'd like.
And so Byleth and Ash just talked for ages about how Byleth is like, why is Edelgard going crazy? I took an axe in the back for her. And then he's like, why is Dmitry such an edgelord? And what's Claude doing right now? And Claude's probably just sitting here and laughing at this point.
Professor.
I had a feeling it was one of you.
Thanks for your help out there. Battles tend to go smoother with you around. I can count on you doing most of the heavy lifting. It may be unwise to think this way on the battlefield, but I feel I can trust your commands without question.
Well, that's a good thing to feel in a Fire Emblem game.
Don't we all?
Yes, but your mistakes don't get Ash killed, not that you know that.
But, judging by the results of our recent battles, you're clearly good at this. I've also noticed that you've been putting me in more precarious situations lately.
I've never used you lately.
Almost like you know I won't question your orders. No need. I'm glad you trust me to get the job done, but still, I knew you were doing it on purpose. You're in a very important position now that you're leading the charge against the Empire. Funny to think you used to just teach at the Officers' Academy. Your old students still call you Professor.
Probably because, like, to save them from having to voice their name out loud.
That's no title for the commander of an army. You'll always be their professor. Huh?
Professor Bylothus. Yes, does have a nice ring to it.
You sure are an interesting one. My people lost the war, and I was left to wander Fodlan alone. But I guess meeting you was my prize. You look confused. Did you not know any of this?
Not really.
I was living in my homeland of Dagda.
Oh, Dagda!
Destroyed it 10 years ago.
Oh, so okay, you've got kind of a personal reason to fight against the Empire then.
But being a mercenary,
granted,
I have no real allegiance. That's why I'm working here now.
Your beef is with the old Empire, not the new one, and even Edelgard hates the old Empire.
Don't worry though, I don't plan to turn on you.
And end support. A support start. By the way, I lied. Stab. Oh, may as well turn in that quest. Hi, random cavaliers just standing there.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Alright, I still have to catch that fish. Hang on a second, where's Dorothea? Oh! There's a third floor now! Okay. Never actually been there before. I was wondering when that would unlock. It's not all that impressive, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, that's Rhea's room, isn't it?
I don't know anything about rebuilding, but I can sure do my best to clean up the mess. I'm gonna keep Lady Rhea's room spotless, so she can use it right away whenever she gets back.
I'm just picturing her getting back, going, thank you so much, Cyril, for taking care of my room, then turning into a dragon and smashing the entire room. I don't know, it just feels like something that I could see happening. What's through here? Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Guess this was where Rhea was singing before.
La, 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 la. Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you.
I was just seeing that opera that I was writing about Edelgard. I think I'm gonna have to change bits of it dramatically.
These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing. But you're here. It's incredible to see you again after 5 years. I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
Because I'm gonna write an opera about you. So now I can safely check out her roster profile. And everyone's roster profiles, actually, so let's go into that. It's weird that Caspar looks almost Armor Knight-ish now. Still a brigand. Huh. I kinda want him to be an advanced class right now. Oh, he does qualify for Grappler. If only barely. Cut ties with House Berglitz. Okay. Dorothea. Oh, you still haven't unlocked your hidden talent in Faith. Currently still just a warlock. Returns to Enbar to help with the... Okay. Right, so maybe her story doesn't really make a ton of sense if you don't side with Edelgard. Hi, edgelord Dmitry. Go away, edgelord Dmitry. Oh, and of course, I need to check Hilda's. Who, of course, is like the one person here that I can't support yet. Ah. Goes back home to a wealth of free time. Yeah, your backstory is unfortunately hasn't really been that interesting over the time skip. Oh, I have a whole ton of other supports that I could do. I can do Ingrid and Ash A. Alois and Shamir C. Yeah, I'll leave these supports for later. In fact, I might not even want to do all of them right now, because just seriously, it's not really giving me all that much to look forward to, having to just spam all of these supports right now. Okay, it looks like that would be Catherine's, which I might as well get out of the way right now. Yeah, this has been a very long support episode, but, you know, we're catching up with... I mean, it's basically our class reunion, really.
Professor.
Yep, it's Catherine. Surprise! I'm an Empire trader, you're dead.
You off guard, but you managed to block it. Not too shabby, Professor.
You see, Byleth, after his study down that cliff, has learned the ancient art of Unagi.
Oh, come on. Look at the blade I threw. It's just a wooden training sword.
No, seriously, Catherine, you need to be careful, because if you aren't, Dmitry will be hiding in the shadows and he'll be going, yes, I finally have the proof. She's an Empire assassin. Traitor, she must die.
At worst, you could have gotten a bruise or perhaps a splinter. Let's agree it was funny and move on. How? By choking on it? Don't be so dramatic. Besides, I knew you'd dodge in time. I told you before that I was going to observe you. Since then, I've been watching you. I know what you're capable of. I took steps to make myself invisible, so I could observe you without being detected. I hardly let you out of my sight.
So wait, has she been just sitting on top of that cliff for 5 years, just watching him?
After extensive research, I've concluded that you really are first-rate. Your sword skills are impeccable, you're a gifted educator, you clearly love working with the students.
Oh right, because she didn't like him before, didn't she?
Someone with all of your exceptional qualities should not exist, but here you are.
Wow, here I was saying Catherine was a rare example of non-Avatar worship, and now she's gone straight back to Avatar worship in the B support.
At first, I thought Jeralt was the reason for Lady Rhea's interest in you. But no, Lady Rhea knew exactly what she was doing when she singled you out.
She did, but I don't think it's for the reasons you think, Catherine. I still suspect Rhea had an ulterior motive for that.
Unfortunately, I can't hope to emulate you, let alone wield the sword of the Creator.
Actually, from what I've heard, other people besides Byleth can use it, they just can't use the 1-2 range property.
So my plan of imitating you for Lady Rhea's attention has come to nothing.
I tried dyeing my hair green, it didn't end well.
I didn't say that. When we rescue Lady Rhea, I'll provide her a full report of your activities. Hopefully, then I'll be in her good graces. Oh, and don't think you can avoid being watched. I won't let you out of my sight.
Note to self, Byleth and Hilda, be very afraid. You might want to, like, find a date spot that's, like, really, really far away from the monastery, like... I was gonna say, like, in the Empire, but that would probably be dangerous. But, I mean, it's probably the one place you'd never suspect. Let's just talk to the other people here while we're at it. Although now I think about it, like, I can imagine they're like, okay, we're in the one place she would never find us. Edelgard's throne room. Now we can finally be alone, and then Catherine just jumps out of nowhere.
In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea. Good, because I will not budge on that point.
Welcome back, Professor.
And welcome back, Catherine, who is now a stalker, for some reason. Oh, this is Senath's room. Okay.
5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop. It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seiros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea. Thank you. I know the battles ahead will be dire, but we will support you with all our strength.
So this is like 3 Houses 3, the search for Rhea. And they still kept this place pretty spotless.
Thankfully, it appears the records and equipment I need for my research have not been damaged. I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail. Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
Ah, just like old times. By letting Hanneman dissect him. Wait a minute.
Professor? My professor? You haven't changed a bit.
Neither of you!
At your age, I'd expect your whole demeanor to have changed greatly over 5 years. Though, I suppose I haven't changed either, right? Thank you for noticing, by the way. Ah, just the 2 of us, forever young. Oh, let me have my fun.
Well, at least you're not, not like, what's her name again? The one from Gaiden, Nui Baba, who keeps herself forever young by, like, sacrificing people. No one's in there. Oh, this room was blocked off before, wasn't it? Cardinal's room? We didn't even need any cardinals before. Feather.
We have given proper burial to the Imperial soldiers killed in the monastery. The ones who were sent to investigate the thieves. Already, rumors spread that they were utterly annihilated. So regardless of whether there are spies observing us, the Imperial army will know of this soon enough. Your Highness, Dmitry, how could you be so reckless?
Well, I guess we could say that the monastery got taken over by a monster. It's kinda half true.
I have a request.
Supply run, okay. Don't I already have those? So yeah, after all that, that is everyone at the monastery talked to. But, yeah, I know this part's been pretty long, but I kind of want to, you know, catch up with everyone after the time skip. There's one thing we have to do, but I think we'll save beforehand.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Well, through the power of save scumming.
Wow, thanks for inviting me. Whoa,
Still remember your favorite
you got my
tea.
Favorite tea. Oh, wow, thanks. So delish. Yep.
Oh, she doesn't like cats, okay. The others didn't look like she'd like them either. Yeah, she liked that one before. I wonder if you like this, you repeat them, then it's good. Oh, wow. None of these look particularly like what she'd like.
Wow. Everyone's so serious all the time. Boring.
Well, that's very true, considering that, what, you know, Dmitry.
Wow. Wow. This is lovely. No boring lectures, okay?
Oh, you're still saying the same things. Yeah, exact same dialogue. That's kind of a shame, actually. Wonder if they change if you're A-supported. Maybe they do depend on your support rank.
No boring lectures, okay?
Well, I'm sure that Dimitri's gonna make sure that no lectures here are ever boring, because, yeah, we're gonna be having a lecture, and everything's just gonna be fine, and Barla's just gonna be talking about, like, the importance of maintaining your equipment, and then Dimitri's just gonna run in and go, everyone must die, and then smash the whole room.
Thanks for the tea. I hope you'll invite me again.
Something kind of weird that I've noticed about Post-Timeskip Hilda, her portrait art makes her look younger than her actual model does. But anyway, yeah, that was a lot, and I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure I got all those supports out of the way. Hey, Byleth needed to say hi to everyone after the time skip. And next time we'll be working on catching that fish and possibly fighting the pirates and the bandits, we'll see. Actually, can I just check something? Because I'm sure that you were like level 21 before, level 23. You haven't leveled up all that much, really. Linhart was also 21. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you next time.